Hola! We are starting a new unit learning about Spanish. We'll be looking at Spanish numbers and colors, Spanish songs, and today we have a listening story about a Spanish farm. This is part 1 called Count the Stars. This is a true story about a missionary family in Spain, and as it begins, the family is sitting outdoors looking at the stars. So this is Count the Stars, part 1. The missionary family gathered around the campfire outside the old Spanish farmhouse. Maria looked up at the night sky. "Daddy, look at all the bright stars that are coming out." Daddy answered, "Yes, they're beautiful tonight, aren't they? Every time I see them from here at our farm, I think of the passage in the Bible where God tells Abram to count the stars and stop doubting his promise." "Is that when God put the stars in the sky?" asked Maria. "No, Maria," explained Daddy. "He made them during the 6 days of creation. But he put them up there to be a reminder of his faithfulness and power. Just think, the God who put the stars in place is also our Heavenly Father. And look at this wonderful farm that he's given us." "Yes, and I really love the animals here on our farm. Mommy, why don't we start a zoo?" suggested Miguel. "Well," answered Mommy, "we almost have a zoo now. We have sheep, a goat, and the dogs. And our friends have some horses in the pasture. Daddy's even talking about getting some chickens." "But, Miguel, that's not really the purpose in us having this farm, you know." "Why do we have a farm?" "We want to use this place as a tool in serving others and giving the gospel to the unsaved in this area," explained Mommy. "A lot of our unsaved friends that won't come to a church service yet will come to activities here. And at the farm they will hear how God's love reaches out to them with salvation." "I still remember when we were all praying to God for a farm," said David. "I never dreamed he would give us such a big and beautiful place. Daddy, would you tell us again the story of how God gave us the farm?" "Yes, please," said Maria. "Several years ago, God moved us to start praying for a place to use for the special ministries he has given us here in Spain. I dreamed of having a building big enough for all the printing equipment and big enough to use for youth camps, family retreats, and preaching activities. As this desire grew into a daily prayer burden, it seemed that the best thing would be to buy one of the old Spanish farms that we see all over the hillsides. But there were very few farms for sale, and the ones that were for sale cost a fortune. Then God turned this desire for a conference center into a very clear call to claim his promise, first given to Abraham in Genesis 15. God told Abraham to count the stars and believe God's promises. We knew that God wanted us to trust him for a farm. Trusting God for a farm was a real test of faith for us. We would need a miracle from God. We sent out letters asking our friends to join us in a prayer project that we called Count the Stars. We were asking God to make a farm available and provide the funds to buy it. We knew that this powerful God, who had scattered the stars across the sky, would give us a farm. That's the end of part 1, listening story, Count the Stars.